Stadium and home to the Western Michigan Broncos. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Western Michigan's offense will have the football first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Offense gets set for second down. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. There he goes! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And the Broncos can really attack on this second and short. Flips it out on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Broncos are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Second down now after the sack. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Broncos will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So TCU's offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Got his man on the right. At the 40, there he goes. Bulldozes his way through. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. The pull and throw off the RPO.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Looking to throw, it's Kramer. Pocket breaking down. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive. That earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Let's talk for just a moment about Western Michigan. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
That whole building gets excited because transfer portal is one thing, but high school recruiting, when you can get somebody out of high school with some raw tools that are really good, you can see the future could be bright. You take those guys, you try to develop them instead of going into the transfer portal.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. Good timing on the quick out. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. The Broncos are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Past the 1st down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here in the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the 1st down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. And the Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's got it. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quickly complete. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Using his feet to buy time. Turning it on. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. It's 1st and 10 from the 13.
The offense with a big opportunity in the red zone.
To the air on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back gets the gift. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. This is a tough one, a 3rd and long from this part of the field. They can, though, pick up the first down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying play action. Grab near the marker. It's Harmon. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick handoff. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking downfield, it's Kramer. Fires complete on the crosser. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It's good. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Slithers into space. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Looking for a productive play on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Broncos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The sweet feet buy a little time. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Scanning the field, it's Kramer. Finds the tight end. They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box, the play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Algier.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Working the middle. It's complete. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Timeout by the defense as they're trying to ice this kicker.
Timeout, Western Michigan.
And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And he had just enough to will that one home. And they regain the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Kalamazoo. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
And the Broncos will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to pass, it's Kramer. Catch in the middle, it's Harmon. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And now on second down for this offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
Cover's team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Got the big tight end on the corner route. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
It's a turnover on downs.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Using the quick game. That's 20. He's got space. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. Power football with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking for a man. It's Kramer. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, TCU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 88.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
TCU 23, Western Michigan 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. The inside handoff. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get ahead.
Oh, he's got some space. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Dropping back, it's Kramer. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. All kinds of room to the right. Inside the... And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point extends the lead to 16. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing the tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They go to the ground. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time.
Turns it on down the left side. The tag. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Two-point conversion attempt is coming. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the two as they trim more off of that lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
22.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Here's the handoff. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Quickly out to the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to pass, it's Kramer. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That should move them closer to this elusive 2nd win of the year as they build this 4th quarter lead. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Arizona State is having its way offensively, just marching up and down the field at a breathtaking pace. They're up by 17 over Kansas. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Broncos with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He's got him. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. But a little time, lets it go. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
The sure hands, it's Etienne. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Wide open downfield. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The Broncos will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Under fire. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Bringing the heat. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Looking to throw. He's got it. 2-pointer is good, and now it's a 1-score game here deep in the 4th. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The give and tick, 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 tick. Find some space enough to get 5 to the 22.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeking if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Wants to throw. It's Kramer. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 40. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Algier. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Looking to pass. It's Kramer. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. What a cut. Now he's loose. Touchdown, TCU. They move on top here in the 4th.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
37.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Algier. Complete. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the 1st down. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wants to pass, the clock an enemy. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game.